Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat and today I am super excited to do a book haul. I don't often haul books because I am an opportunity shopper when I go in an op shop, which is Australia's way of saying a thrift store. So it's very rare that I ever buy a book new. So most of the books in here are between $2 and $4. I'm so lucky to have such great op shops nearby. So I hope that you guys like this video. If you do, please hit the subscribe button or like this video. That would mean a lot. And okay, let's just get started. So I'm gonna start off with a few of the books that I think are more well known. So the first one here, I was super excited to see, and it is The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill. This was for $2 Australian, which is, I guess, like $1.50 American. So that's so amazing. I've been wanting to read this for a long time. I love mermaids. I know that this is a Little Mermaid retelling. It has a gorgeous cover, and honestly, there's not much more I need than that. Like, the cover is gorgeous and also the back is gorgeous as well. I have kind of put off reading it because I'm nervous that the insides won't live up to the beautiful cover and then I will have to get rid of it and unhaul it. So if you have read this, please let me know your thoughts down below. Hopefully you guys can comfort me a little. Alright, another one I was super pumped to find was Sadie by Courtney Summers. She's trying to find who murdered her sister and then get revenge on them, and it's all told through a podcast, I believe. So again, with any of these books, let me know if you've read them, let me know what you think. I am so looking forward to this. I think it sounds really great and kind of like thriller, but through a podcast, which is, I think, quite unique. Okay, and now the book that definitely was the best find, and it is My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Ottessa Moshfegh. This one is about a woman who is just kind of over it, and so she wants her doctor to prescribe her medicine, like sleeping medicine and pills, so that she can basically sleep for a year, waking up in small moments to like eat and use the bathroom. But I just think that it sounds really fascinating, and I mean, I think we have all felt that way, right? But where you just want to sleep for like 3 days straight. But I don't think anyone would ever do that. So I'm intrigued to see what happens in this. I've been wanting to read it forever, and I was just so pumped. Like, I was shopping with my sister and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh, and also, if you guys have seen the video I last posted, which is husband versus sister, one of the questions was like, which book am I most excited to read? And it's this one, because I don't know, there's something about like the ennui to such a level that you want to sleep for a year that it just gets me like right in the feels. Next is a controversial one. It's The Pisces by Broder. Now, this has had very like polarizing reviews. So some people have really liked it because the main character is not perfect by any means, and she is just kind of as nasty and as mean as, I guess, like a lot of people can be in their heads when they're judging other people. And she's kind of house sitting, and she's walking along the beach, and she's trying to recover after a breakup when she meets a merman. I think that's how it goes. So I'm excited to get to it. I'm also like nervous because I love mer-themed books. So this was intriguing to me, but like not enough intriguing to buy new. But for, I don't know, $3, I mean, I'm that much intrigued. So next is a Sarah Waters. This is Affinity. I have read 2 other Sarah Waters, and I think one was a 4-star and then the other was like a 3.5-star. So for Sarah Waters, I quite like her writing style and I like her historical settings very well, but I usually have a bit of an issue with the slow plot and then also guessing the plot. So I'm really intrigued by this one though, because it says, from the dark heart of a Victorian prison, disgraced spiritualist Selena Dawes weaves an enigmatic spell. Is she a fraud or a prodigy? By the time it all begins to matter, you'll find yourself desperately wanting to believe in magic. So, I mean, all I heard was dark heart of Victorian prison there, and you got me. It's sold. So I'll probably be saving this for Pride Month, like American Pride Month, because Australian Pride Month is January, because I do believe that this has queer rep in it. So if you've read this, let me know what you thought on the scale of like Sarah Waters to Sarah Waters. Okay, so now we're getting into some books that you may not have heard of before, depending on where you're based, because a lot of these, I believe, are Australian or New Zealand authors. So this is Sofie Laguna, The Eye of the Sheep. I've read it from Sofie Laguna before, The Choke, and it was really quite excellent. In this one, we are following a young boy who is not like other children. It says that he is both too slow and too fast, and his mom largely cares for him and teaches him how to learn when suddenly his world comes crashing down and he needs to learn how to live in the world, I'm guessing, without her. So this just sounds like it's going to crush me into tiny bits. It also sounds a lot like We See the Stars, or We Own the Stars, which was an Australian book that I read last year by Kate Van Hooft, and just got me, tore my heart a little. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think that Sofie Laguna is an amazing writer, really beautiful, but definitely makes you cry. So we'll have to save this for like the right time. Okay, and next up, this is a book, The Golden Child by Wendy James, which got me purely on the cover blurb. So it says, "Can bad children happen to good mothers?" I'm sold. I don't need anything else. If you guys have been watching this channel for a while, that you know that's one of like my favorite tropes to read of all time. Very rarely do I find a book that lives up to my like absolute favorite bad children books. But this one mentions Lionel Shriver, and I'm assuming they mean we need to talk about Kevin. So I'm highly anticipating this, and also I just love the cover. Like, oh, I'm so looking forward to this that I hope that it is everything I want it to be. So if you've read this, let me know. Also, if you haven't and you like bad children tropes, maybe this is one for your TBR. Okay, and the last 4 books that I have to talk about, I have never heard of them before, I've never heard of their titles, and I've never heard of the author. So basically, it's a crapshoot. It sounds good based on the back, and I just kind of, you know, am hoping that it's gonna be good, but chances are it could not be good. So we shall definitely see. So the first one is a very small one, and this is Without Blood by Alessandro Barricco. This is an Italian translation. And, okay. In the Italian countryside, a horrific act of violence occurs. The family has one survivor, and it's 4-year-old Nina. So she lives only because of an act of mercy, and then we fast forward and we follow Nina as she meets up with the person who saved her at a coffee shop to discuss what happened that day. It's supposed to be very gory, very intense, and it's really short, so I'm a bit nervous how much they can work in and really get into stuff in such a short thing. Like, it's only 85 pages, so I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited because I have read some pretty thought-provoking dark Italian translations. I'm looking at You, We Need The Game We Play by Simone Vinci. So, you know, this could be another really dark Italian translation. So fingers crossed. So next up is a book from New Zealand, I believe, and it's The Kindness of Your Nature by Linda Olsson. Yeah. And it says, Marion lives alone on the west coast of New Zealand's North Island. One day she finds a small boy, Ika, lying face down on the sand. An unlikely friendship begins between the Swedish doctor and the silent child who has webbed hands. So, I don't know, something just drew me to it. I think it's like small island, plus webbed hands, plus the beach. Yeah, I don't know. Those elements together just kind of reminded me for some reason of Teeth by Hannah Moskowitz. Do you guys do that where like you read a book back and you're like, oh, this might be like this book? And yeah, so I hope that it is. I hope that he's secretly a merman. Maybe he's not, but yeah, I think that this sounds really interesting, and I can't wait to read it. I don't know if I've read anything from New Zealand other than Katie O'Neill's works, who is a New Zealand illustrator, author. Okay, so the penultimate book is Dog Boy by Eva Hornung. This is about a 4-year-old boy who's abandoned, and he wanders into the lair of stray dogs. So this is following the young boy in his life as a dog, and then it says, and then his journey to become a boy again. So I think that it's going to be really hard to read. I've never actually read a book like this. I know that cases like this have occurred, where people have been found to have been raised by like animal packs, and the children who become men and women, like they're psychologically and physically different because they've been raised with different sorts of animals. So I don't know how this will go. I'm so intrigued. Like, it sounds really, really intriguing. And yeah, I was hesitant, and I was like, I don't know. And then I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I did end up picking it up for $3, and I don't know, I hope it's good. If you've happened to read this or have any thoughts, do let me know. It sounds intriguing, so yeah. Okay, and then the last one is actually a nonfiction. This is Living Dolls by Gaby Wood, A Magical History of the Quest for Mechanical Life. So this is actually talking about the early models of what we would now call like robotics. So it's talking about early, like Victorian age, such as a mechanical duck that could digest and excrete food, the automatic Turk, like would it be possible to mass produce a mechanical child? And it just delves into different things. And I was like flipping through it, and honestly the name of the first chapter is The Blood of an Android. And the blood of the android, at the beginning of the chapter, it's blurbed with a quote from Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So totally up my alley, completely up my alley. I can't wait to read this, and I'm really thankful it was in the Ob Shop. Like, I have quite, I guess, weird reading taste sometimes, and you just find such good gems at thrift stores. Like, I want to be friends with the people who put this in the thrift store. Or actually, maybe they hated it, so I don't want to be their friend, or we don't have similar reading tastes, but yeah. Anyway, I digress. So that finishes up my haul for today. Please let me know your thoughts on any of these books. I am so keen to get to so many of them. I've just had a really lucky time finding great books lately at my local thrift store, so I'm just like jazzed. And I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will definitely chat to you guys later in another video soon. Bye!